So, we need to take away from this gathering empowerment. If we just go back home and do nothing, then we're useless. There was a movie I recently watched. I didn't know, actually it was back to back. The first was on Mandela, the second was on Winnie. I had mixed feelings about Winnie Mandela, but after watching that movie, I said, this woman can stand shoulder to shoulder with Nelson Mandela. Because what these political bandits do is to get the leadership, put them in prison, as you all know, on Robben Island. So suddenly the struggle against apartheid died. And when that struggle died, it was only Winnie Mandela who continued the struggle. She was put in solitary confinement for a year. In fact, they broke her, but she refused to bend, to the point where she became known as Mother of the Nation. And through her resilience, which we need to have, and not docility, the struggle in South Africa succeeded. So whether we're 160 million or 80 million or whatever, are we not ashamed that less than what? Maybe Governor Peter Obi can help him here. I don't know how many people in politics. Can I say 2,000? 2,000? About that? About that? How can 2,000 people dominate 180 million? How is it possible? You know why? The answer? Do you know the answer? Because you are all docile. That is the answer. If we say now, all right, we are going to have a demonstration tomorrow against a particular issue, how many people will come? How many will show? It's important to be active and informed. So back to this constitution. It contains, I hope you know the constitution governs your life, governs your secular life, like the Bible governs your spiritual and religious life. Now, I'm sure most of us have crammed the Bible. Whether we believe it is a different question. I will leave to Bishop Coker to answer. But why is it that your secular life is devoid, with due respect, of knowledge? What does section 4 of the Constitution say? Anybody? Anybody? I will pay anybody who can answer 100 naira. Anybody? Nobody. Not good. Not good. I'm very serious. Not good. Please, not good. Section 4 of the Constitution is a contraption that traps power in the hands of the National Assembly in two ways. There are three arms of government and three levels of government. So you have the judiciary, legislature, and executive, federal, state, and local government. Section 4 of our Constitution allows the National Assembly to perform two functions at the same time. They are the legislature to the federal government. They are also the legislature to Nigeria. That means they can actually make law in respect of any matter whatsoever. And that, I think, is very dangerous. The second problem is that the federal government in the Constitution is given 68 items of power to the exclusion of the states. It's no wonder that the states depend on the federal government for handouts, because they have been so disempowered. The remaining parts of power spelled out in the Constitution is covered in what is called the concurrent legislative list. Another problem: if the federal government decides to exercise power under that second list, the state governments are excluded. The result is we have a unified, centrifugal, strong center. That's why people kill to be Nigerian president. Because to become Nigerian president is to have the type of power that no president in the world has. The Nigerian president is the most powerful political leader in the world. And I think that does not help the growth of democracy, because you must diffuse power. You must locate it. There must be accountability. The principle of subsidiarity, what is best done at the local level is best left for the local level. And that's why the professor could tell us about New York Council having more money in their budget than Nigeria put together. That's a terrible shame. So I think the struggle, and I think that the religious movement have a strong role to play. Because Durkheim, social theory of organization, says, how do you organize people? If pastor can organize this, it would mean that you and your other pastors can organize bigger things. It would mean that my dear brother, Bishop Kuka, Bishop of Sokoto, in the context of the Bishops' Conference, it would mean that the other one that sold its soul for money, the Khan, it would mean a Khan. But that's the truth. It would mean that Khan, because it was Pastor, I can't pronounce his name, but it's from, yes. It would mean that the effort being put to look for money, if it were placed in the quest of people, we won't be where we are. And so, both Bishop Kuka, not you as a person, but and pastor, I would say that the religious movement has a major responsibility. You know, when we were doing our human rights struggles, we had something called Vigil for Democracy. And I said to myself, where would I find, and this is a true story, where would we find people to come and march with us? But I know that so many churches are filled with people, and all the bishops and pastors will say, go this way, and they will follow. We had nobody. So we went to Bar Beach to recruit people. Because we couldn't be alone. We went to recruit, to make up the numbers. And these were hemp smokers, bad boys, drunks, but they played a vital role, which was they marched with us. I'm not sure they knew what they were doing, but they marched with us and gave Philip, they gave Philip to the struggle. Because Abacha had told Colonel Marwa, what is happening in Lagos? Who are these boys making noise? Marwa, when he came down from his aircraft, and they asked him, so he said, I have drawn a line in the sand. I dare them to cross it. That motivated me. And I said, I will cross that line on the 28th of March, 1998. We got a black eye, we got badly bruised. But I only wished that docile Nigerians had joined us. It could have made a difference. So what did they do? Gani, jail. Femi, jail. Olisa, jail. That was the end.